Hi guys, in today's video we'll be talking about how we created this beautiful skin-like makeup for our beautiful client named Loretta. So sit back and enjoy the rest of the video. We started off with cleansing Loretta's skin before we went into prep our skin with some hydrating products. So for Loretta's skin type, she has acne. She's acne prone and she has a lot of texture on her skin. So for skin types like this, we go in with a lot of hydrating products. We do two-step hydrating mist and then hydrating serum, and then I'm going with a moisturizer. And I really don't want to use a mattifying primer when it comes to Loretta. I just use a soft silicone primer only when she has events. And for today, our makeup was for an event. She was a wedding guest. So we needed the makeup to last, so I had to use a soft silicone primer only on her T-zones before going in with a soft illuminating foundation. So all the products I layer on Loretta's skin are hydrating products, including the primer and the foundation. Everything has to marry in order to give Loretta a long-lasting finish. So we kept blending in the foundation in. We kept blending in order to ensure that everywhere is properly blended, and the areas where there were black spots, we went in to add more product in order to achieve a full coverage. This skin work was really seamless and easy, maybe because Loretta isn't a first-time client. She's been my client for I think about a year plus now, and we've had series and series of sessions, and I can literally do Loretta's skin work even closing my eyes. On this point, we had gotten to the blush, and I used a soft orange blush from Beauty by AD collection and blended it into her skin. This was quite an easy process and a seamless one. It was really easy to blend, and this particular product is really good, like chef kiss. I don't mind spending all my coins for this particular product. I think it's about 20,000 naira. And then I went into highlight regions as under her eyes, the bridge of her nose, her forehead, and then her chin. But I started with a darker foundation rather, and then at the top of the foundation I added concealer that's a bit brighter than our original foundation shade in order to make my blending process seamless. So this process was a really easy one. So I blended in the highlights, and then it married beautifully with the blush. Obviously the highlight regions that are under the eyes, and then every other sector also blended in like butter. Like when it comes to skin work, trust this brand. We deliver amazingly well. If you check my previous post, the makeup I had done on IJ's mom, the skin work, chef kiss, like everything was beautiful. If you've not watched my previous video, please, I urge you to go to my previous post and watch how I glammed up a beautiful melanated woman who is obviously I think in her 50s, and yet she had really lovely skin, and how beautifully the makeup came out. So at this point we were setting the highlight regions, but when I usually set first with a compact powder that's a shade lighter than the client's powder tone. So I set with the compact powder, and then I go in after pressing in the compact powder around all the highlight regions and making sure that there's a smooth blend. Then I can now go in with a setting powder that can be lighter a bit, and I dust off all the excesses. When it comes to applying that setting powder, I dust it off and then just apply softly on the clients, under the eyes, the highlight regions, mainly to bake the face in order for the fallout to be easy to blend when I'm doing this eye work. And now we went into setting our entire face before I baked the under eyes. So you can literally see how I'm doing this whole thing. really easy and seamless. Mind you, they were chit-chatting between, and honestly, Loretta, we had a really swell time doing this makeup. You can see from each of the clips we're having a really cool time. And then at this point I was prepping the eyes for the eye work. So I was using the eye primer to prime our eyes first, and then I went in with a brown eyeshadow as the base. But before I started the eyeshadow work, mind you, when you apply your eye primer, you can use the concealer for this step. Make sure you blend it seamlessly to avoid cracks before you start layering eyeshadow colors, because if it's cracked already, it ruins your eye work. So I started off with the browns because I already had an illusion of how I wanted the eye look to look, and I knew exactly the kind of makeup we were going for. So I went straight to applying the shades that I knew that will marry in and give me that particular finish that I wanted. So I started off with a soft brown, then I precisioned with orange colors in order to soften out the brown on the edges. But as at this point, I think I was applying just the brown first. So the orange followed out on the edge, like the outer part, in order to soften out the precision. I kept blending and I made sure that everything is a beautiful blend before I go to apply the next thing. Please do not rush this procedure, or should I say do not rush this step. When applying when applying eyeshadows, make sure that one is well blended before you apply the next shade. Properly blend each. Do not apply brown and then try to use the next shade to blend it. It might make your work messy. So after achieving the brown eye look, and obviously I had softened out the edge with the orange eyeshadow, I now went in with a shimmer eyeshadow at the inner corner of the eyes, like the inner part of the eyes, and blended it out close to the crease, but it didn't get to the crease. So like I said, whatever thing you apply, make sure you blend very well before you go to apply the next product. So as at this point you can see, I was trying to make sure that I blend out the shimmers very well, and as at this point I was observing that the eye look doesn't have as much depth as I wanted. So obviously just the brown would not do it for me, so I went in with a darker shade of a combination of brown and black in order to add depth to the eye look. This is what I am applying, and I'm making sure that I blend it seamlessly in. It is completely blended before I go in with another product. So when it comes to makeup, please always make sure you blend in whatever it is you have that is going on at the moment before you rush to the next step. Do not rush. I always urge everyone, take your time when it comes to blending, because honestly, you can't achieve a seamless base in makeup without good blending techniques. So after I blended the inner corners the crease rather of this eye look and added depth to it, obviously, that you can see, I went in with a pigment glue to crease rose gold eyeshadow color, and then I added pigment glue on the top of it. Not entirely the eyeshadow, mind you. There's selected part of the rose gold eyeshadow that I'd already applied that I creased with the pigment glue in order to create that illusion of that color trail that I envisaged. So after applying this product, make sure to apply it around the area where you want the gold or the next color that you want to apply. And I made sure I had blended it very well before adding my gold shade there. I wanted a soft gold eye look for her that had an ombre look. So this was how I was able to achieve that look. So I carefully blended in as I applied my gold, I made sure I blend, just like I've been saying, always blend. That is how you can achieve a seamless look. When it comes to skin work, you blend. When it comes to eye, you blend. And on this part, I was dusting off the pigments that had fallen off on her skin. I was dusting it off with setting powder. It was really easy to take out before I went in to do her brows. At this point, I think she had lash extensions. I was also cleaning her lash extensions as well with the brush, just dusting all of it out. And then I went to do her brows. Loretta's brows, you can obviously see from this video, they were already pre-groomed, and they were really easy to work with because they are full, they were beautiful, they had a perfect look already. So I just needed to like shade a bit, not so much. I wasn't necessarily drawing her brows, I was just shading and making sure that every part of it looked full and neat, and then it had a good precision. Afterwards, I went into highlighting it, and the highlight wasn't so much of a highlight, just softly highlighting it, because the entire look I was trying to pull up was a very soft skin looking glamorous look that would give her this star girl look when she stamps at events. That was the aim of this look. So at this point, I was lightly stroking in the brows in order to give it that feathery look. Obviously, she already had brows, so drawing it would not work. It has to be lightly stroking in between in order to achieve the kind of look we wanted. How we do over here, whatever it is you've done for the other eye, make sure to mimic the same pattern and try to give that same illusion to the next brow. Whatever you do for your right eye, you do for your left eye. Whatever you do for your right brow, you do for your left brow. Over here, we do not believe brows should be cousins. Hell no. Hell no. Over here, our brows look identical. Like they almost look like same. We make sure to match the brows. They should look almost the same pattern. So obviously we're doing this other brow and we were using the same pattern we had used for this other one, following our natural brow technique. So that was how we achieved the beautiful look we did for Loretta's brow. So Loretta has very sensitive eyes. Like, Loretta cannot have anything close to her eyes. Like, nothing. She can't have anything close to her eyes and keep her eyes steady. But we've been used to this system for a while now, and we really know how to go about it. So it wasn't really much of an issue. No, was it an issue on this day? No, I don't think it was. We went about it the way we would usually, and we lined the under eyes and the top part, and we went to smudge it. this point, we are gotten to the part where we do the lip beam. So Loretta has a darker upper lip, and she always likes the illusion of our lip work, always mimicking our natural lip colors and the pattern of how our natural lip is. So we already know how she likes it, so we just went ahead to do something in line with what we know she would like, that will also sink into the theme of the makeup that we were looking at. So this was a really seamless and easy process. One of the easiest parts of the makeup look for me is usually the lip. Yeah, the lip are really easy and swift. So after finishing up with the lip, I went in to do the last touch-ups on our skin work, and that included me using my spoolie brush to clean off any tough pigment stains that were on our skin that were being a bit difficult to remove. So I essentially used this spoolie brush to like pull them off on our skin. There was powder on the spoolie, mind you, in case you're trying this trick for any time, or in case of any emergency and you want to try this trick. Make sure there's powder on the spoolie, and then you use it to rub slightly against the client's skin around the areas where those pigments are glued and they are seeming stubborn to go, before you go in with any powder product. Now, instead of packing powder to fill up the client's face and making her skin feel cakey, this is really the best option. So you can easily just use soft powder to gently just rub essentially, in order to give her that skin feel. So pro tip to other makeup artists and beauticians out there, always try to maintain a beautiful and calm, at the same time professional relationship with clients, whether you're just meeting them for the first time, second time, or they were referred to you, or they buzzed you via Instagram. Always try to maintain a good relationship with them. Whatever it is if the client is seeming to be difficult, try to understand the client and try to work with what the client wants. So this was the end product of this makeup look, and honestly, videos don't do justice to this gorgeousness, because my girl totally ate and left no crumbs at all.